What is up, viewers? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be jumping back into Sim Racing Stewards as per request from the Discord server. I held a vote the other day asking what you guys wanted, and this was the winner by about 70% or so, so we're back with it. Just a quick disclaimer, Jimmy Broadbent did this idea originally. I know I am copying him. I just wanted to do the same thing because it's a good idea and I like doing the same. And I like doing the same thing. So all the credit goes to Jimmy and his original idea of doing this series. And the other thing is I had a few resolution issues during recording a few of the clips. So if it's hard to see, please forgive me. I didn't have time to record them again because I'm on a bit of a tight schedule today. But yeah, hopefully you can look past that. They're not too bad. I've looked over them. You should be okay. But let's get straight into the judgy. Was it my faulty? The crash in the back. That is. Okay, so here we go. First clip of the day. This one is from JTD 2001, and he says, "Is one of us or both of us being a helmet, or is this typical Monza lap 1 T1 shenanigans? I'm the Ferrari." Okay, so we've got Le Mans Ultimate. Just gonna put this in full screen. Let's not have it in potato mode, please. Fantastic. And right, let's see. So down into turn 1. Ferrari on the inside. Oh, small bump from behind. Not ideal. Sort of being pushed through the corner at the moment. McLaren goes through the middle. They're making contact. He's 2 wheels off the road at this point. Still on the grass. They're still making contact as they head up towards Curva Grande. Still making contact. And then there's a spin. Oh, BMW gets killed as well. And the Ferrari gets away with it. Well, that is certainly interesting. I can already tell you sort of who is at fault. They're both at fault. Because if we pause it right here, McLaren goes up the middle, which he has every right to do, but then we get to here. Now you can see, I'm going to go back slightly. So one of the big factors in this crash is this BMW, all the way on the left here. He's there. He's still there. Now he isn't there. There is now not a car on the left, and it is now only 2 wide. So the McLaren does not need to drive out to the white line like this and force this Ferrari off the road. It's just totally unnecessary from the McLaren. But then the Ferrari doesn't make it any better by then staying in the middle of the track and driving into the McLaren. But then again, the McLaren then pushes back to the inside and hooks himself on the Ferrari. So if you were to assign blame to anybody, I would say this is sort of like a percentage. I would say the McLaren is 80% at fault because he forces the Ferrari off the road at turn 1 and keeps him on the grass and then hooks himself and spins himself out in Curva Grande. But then again, the 20% of the blame I would then put on the Ferrari for staying in the middle of the track and just driving along the McLaren's right-hand side door. But, yeah, that's actually quite an interesting, first incident, but I would say 80-20 on the McLaren, and I would give them both a penalty. I'd give the Ferrari a 5-second penalty, but the penalty for the McLaren is that he spun himself out in turn 3. Okay, next clip. This one is from Valkyrie 1999 V2. He says, "What was I wrong? I'm the green Porsche." Okay, so I can already see it. Spa at in ACC. GT3 cars. Let's just get the quality back up again. Down towards Rivage. He's ahead of the car in front. Oh, he locks up. But other Porsche tucks in. Nice move. Opportunistic. And oh, there's a bit of contact there. Clip is still going. Okay, right now. Okay, so now we're going to get the BMW's POV. So green Porsche goes deep. Goes wide. BMW goes on the inside. And oh, it's just messy. It's just a clumsy hit. Oh, there's more. What else happened? Okay. Alright, well that's not on. That completely throws everything else out of context. I will talk about the first incident first. So the Porsche locks up. It's a mistake. People are allowed to are allowed to make mistakes. Grey Porsche goes through. BMW tries to follow the grey Porsche, and then there's contact. Oops, I've accidentally clicked off of it. Oh, damn it. Sorry about this. Yeah, so then we've got the green Porsche. And when the contact is made, you can sort of see he's not really near the curb, or at least aiming for the curb. If I was this green Porsche and I had locked up, I would drive all the way to the edge of the circuit to give everyone as much space as possible. He just sort of takes a bad line, so when he's rejoining the racing line, and that's what it's what ultimately leads to this BMW, you know, running into the side. Because I think the BMW expected the Porsche to drive all the way out to the curb out here, but the Porsche doesn't do that, and then, you know, contact is made, BMW gets fired off. So I would put, while it's clumsy, I would assign blame on the green Porsche. I don't think it's worthy of a penalty, though. Simply because, you know, like, yes, he did something wrong, but it's not, obviously, you know, it's not malicious. He did it by mistake, but I don't think it's worthy enough of a time penalty, in my opinion. But this is an instant disqualification. This is not on at all. There's a big thing regarding, you know, intentionally taking out cars, and this is a prime example of that. We had someone in a league which I will not mention receive a race ban for something like this. Sorry, not a race ban, a season ban for something like this. And the space is there, BMW just turns right and smash straight into the Porsche. So, if this is a league, I would be handing out a season ban for this BMW, because this shit is not on, dude. We do not like that. But yeah, I would say Porsche at fault for the first incident, and holiday for the BMW for the second incident, definitely. And next clip. Okay, so here we are. So jumping back over to Le Mans Ultimate. This one is from Chirurgy, I want to say. He said, real smart turning in as I was there. Wrecked both our races, good job. Okay, so a little bit of sarcasm involved. I feel like he just pushed me off the track though, but maybe I'm wrong. I am the BMW. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Riding on board with the BMW. So this is the POV car. Oh, car on the inside. Okay, they're both off. Very nice. Okay, so Aston on the inside, Lesmo 2. Oh. Okay, interesting. Aston Martin on the inside. A little bit of contact, and then they just sort of glitch into each other, and then that's them both gone. Oh, that's a good hit as well. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I can already tell you who was at fault. The best point of view for it would be from the Aston's point of view. So, Lesmo 2, it's a tight corner. It's a corner which is hard to run side by side in. But, what happens is, the Aston Martin is alongside. He's fully alongside. The BMW, our POV car, has to give him some sort of racing room. He very much does that. Look at the space he's left. There is a car width on the entry to Lesmo 2, which has been left. There's a complete car width. So far, the BMW has checked all the boxes. He's done everything correctly so far. Aston Martin hits the curb. And then I'm going to pause it here. Look at the trajectory of this Aston Martin. Where is this Aston Martin going to end up? You can see by the way the car is pointing. It's pointing out to the outside curb. And maybe someone who is very strict would say, oh, you know, the BMW should have backed out. But no, he's alongside through and through for the whole corner. And the Aston Martin aims his car out to the apex. To the exit of the corner, although the BMW is right there alongside. He would still be getting a call from his spotter saying, you know, car on the left, because there is a car on the left. But he disregards that. The Aston Martin drives out to the curb, and then they do that weird sort of glitching contact, and they're both off. Aston Martin comes off a hell of a lot worse. But yeah, I would put 100% blame on the sarcastic Aston Martin. Go learn how to give racing room on the exit of a corner, please. Okay, so here we have next clip. First iRacing clip of the video. This is from Just Chillin' Lampin. He says, "My bad for taking a gap." Okay, so this is Mazda's rookies. Expect, you know, there to be some new people around here. But let's see what happens. This is Alton Park. Oh no, VIR. Oh, okay. Wow, that's a big hit. Let's just go back. I need to see that again. So this is down into NASCAR Bend. There's a gap on the inside. Oh, okay. Yeah. I can already tell you who's at fault for this. This one's quite an easy one. So, his question is, my bad for taking a gap. No. You're allowed to take a gap. I'm not going to quote Senna because that quote is ridiculous. But the gap is there, and he has every right to take it. You know, it's a motor race, for God's sake. You're racing. You're allowed to go for a gap. You're allowed to go for an overtake. But you see this Mazda, if you actually have a look at the racing line, because this can really help us in this clip. Watch the blue car follow the racing line. He doesn't. He completely misses it and takes us out in the white car, in the POV car. But you see how he's turned in very early. I don't think he meant to do this. I actually think what's happened in this scenario is we've gotten to this point of the corner, and the blue Mazda has downshifted one too many times. He's probably gone down to first or second, and what that has done is has sent it up to about 8,000 revs, spun up the rear wheels, and looped it left into the POV car and taken them both out of the race. So it's not on purpose. He had every right to go for a gap. I just think it's a bit clumsy from the blue, red, and white car to downshift too many times, and the POV car was just unlucky to get caught up in this person's mistake. But both parties, well, he's not innocent. Our POV car is innocent. I sentence him to go learn how to downshift in a Mazda. Alright, okay, so another one, this time on iRacing again, so 2 back-to-back in a row. This one is from NoBox9958. He says, mine or Verstappen's fault. Okay, so F4's at Watkins Glen. I assume Verstappen is this white Red Bull over here. But let's see what happens. Down towards turn 1. This looks like lap 1. And, oh, okay, bit of contact. Oh, and this car's off. He gets hit again. Interesting. Alright. I think he... yes, and so now he's going to show us Max Verstappen's POV. So down towards turn 1. I'm going to pause it right here. Look at where this blue car is going, which is our POV car. Where I don't really know. I don't really know what he's sort of aiming for in this corner. The Verstappen car is alongside the entire time. And it almost looks like the blue car is just trying to go for a gap to get past this white and orange car here. He doesn't succeed and hits the Verstappen car. But yeah, I would put blame on the blue car here, because he goes for a gap, but he fails to recognize that the Max Verstappen car is still there. Yes, it's only front wheel to rear wheel, but courtesy does need to be shown. He lunges it for this gap, which shuts very quickly. The Verstappen car is still there, and he doesn't have much time to react before the blue car is clipping his front left wheel. Contact is made. They both get fired off. So that one's actually quite clear-cut. I would put that down to our POV car, Mr. NoBox9958. So, guilty. Go and learn what a gap is. Okay, next clip. So we've got another iRacing one. This time at Spa in the Super Formula Light. So, my specialty. Was this justified? Last lap, race to the line. So we've got the Vodafone car behind. Final corner. Bus stop chicane. Out of the final corner he goes. Car in front is technically off the track. Sorry, no, the final corner will be La Source because they're running the endurance layout. Down into La Source. He's still behind. Oh, he's going to get a better exit, though. Yes, he is. And he's going to go... Oh, no, they've made contact. Oh. And across the line. Interesting. Oh, okay, wow. That's a good crash. Lots of intent wrecking today. Well, let's go back, have a look. I guess the bulk of the accident, or the bulk of the clip, is what happens here on the run to the line. Now, this is a bit 50-50. It falls under a big grey area, because the Vodafone car gets a better exit. But the line that this black car takes is technically the racing line. So by that definition, and by the letter of the law, I don't think he did anything wrong. If I was the Vodafone car in this situation, if I got a better exit, I know that he would take the take the racing line. I would actually go to the left up here. Would be the smarter option, and then try and get the run around the outside to the line. I think the black car was always going to take this racing line, and because it is the racing line, I think by the letter of the law, by the rule book, I don't think that is punishable because he took the racing line. However, after this, they cross the line, and he just completely murders the Vodafone car for no reason. I would give a penalty for that. The other thing which you got to be careful with intent wrecks is, people have different strength wheels. We had a friend nearly sprain his wrist because he got intent wrecked, and he runs a 26 Newton meter wheel, which is very strong, so that could have easily happened here. The intent wreck, I don't really understand what he was aiming for with the intent wreck. He finished in front. It was a 0x. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't a 0x contact, but even so, there wasn't really any need for that. So yeah, I would give a penalty for the intent wreck, but for the actual incident involving, not getting to the line, I would say that is technically okay. I don't think he did anything really wrong there. But that was actually an interesting one. And let's jump over to the next clip. Okay, so jumping over to Okayama now, in the MX-5s again. This is from Forward Recover 8118. He says, "Was this my fault? Didn't think he would go there. I'm the yellow car." I already think I know what this is going to be. But let's, I need the sound. Let's play the clip. So this is coming down off the longer straight. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I knew it was going to be that. Is he going to show us a different angle? I think he is. Oh no, not really. Well, this is the only angle we need really. Is right here. I'm going to pause it here. Right, actually no. So I'm going to go back a bit. Where does he get on the brakes? There. He is now on the brakes. What do you not see in this shot? Or what do you not see much of in this shot? I'll give you 5 seconds. Exactly. You do not see much of the white car. Look at how far back he is, and look at the space which the yellow car has left right here. That space is rapidly closing. I mean, by the time he gets alongside the number 3 car, we can see here, there is space for an A4 piece of paper, not even. So this is 100% on the number 3 car. 100% on the number 3 car. He's late on the brakes. Even the yellow car, I would even say, is late on the brakes, because the other factor here is this black and orange car on the left. Our POV car is trying to outbrake the guy on the left to keep the position. So the yellow car has broken late, and this guy has broken in a different postcode terms of late, and is straight up the inside, contact at the right rear, and it spins him round. So that one's pretty clear cut. The yellow car did nothing wrong. Completely on the number 3. He was way too late into the corner. And, I mean, like, you could already see that was coming from a mile away. So, yeah, 10-second penalty for the number 3. Go learn what space is. Just like the Aston Martin, please go learn what space is. Yeah, pretty poor there. So next clip. Okay, so this is the final clip of the video. This is now it's jumping over to Gran Turismo 7. So, not really my area of expertise. I've played it a few times, but we're going to see what happens. It's from Oddbag6424. He says, I think he died, but was it my fault? Well, Oddbag, I'm going to tell you if it was your fault right now. Let's see. What happens? So this is obviously one of these fictional tracks. God knows what car this is. Down to second gear. Through the chicane. Oh, they're going side by side. He's going to go around the outside. Nice move. Oh, no, he's going to get bullied out of the way there. Oh, okay, he's in the wall. And, oh, he gets very dead. Okay, well, there's a lot to unpack in that clip. Let's watch it again. So, that is a bloody good move to get up the inside if you're that black car. They bang doors. He's actually off the track, technically. Opportunistic to get around the outside, and then he sort of gets bullied off, but that's because they went 3 wide. Now, the bulk of the accident happens here. Orange car. These are quite obviously front-wheel drive cars. I can tell by the way they're sort of driving. So he swings out to the right-hand side, hits the wall, and then we don't have much time to react. And then, in all honesty, it just looks like a case of really shite internet connection sends him into the wall, and then he hits that other car. So yeah, I would, after not much deliberation, I would probably put this down to the orange car for just making his own demise. He's the one that drives into the wall, which is his mistake. We don't have any time to react. But then he sort of just gets finished off by a good old dose of netcode on the exit of the corner, and he really does get finished off quite badly. So yeah, I would leave that down to a combination of the orange car for driving himself into the barriers and the netcode for finishing off the crash and probably killing him. So Oddbag, no, you're not at fault. I don't think. It's just unlucky, and you were just kind of in a bad scenario, wrong place, wrong time. But yeah, I would probably say half his own fault and half netcode. But there we have it. That was the final clip. Well, there we have it, everybody. That has been another video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. It's always good to do these Sim Racing Stewards videos, because, you know, it gives me a chance to, talk about what I do best, and, well, the other thing I do best, which is crash. So I know a thing or two about it. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed. Stay safe, have an awesome day, make awesome choices, and I'm going to see you all in the next video. So take care, everybody. Thank you for watching.